New from Radiance is their Shinobi set. Number 54 in this set is Band of Assassins, the first movie in this series, came out in 1962, directed by Satsuo Yamamoto. This is one of those movies where I wasn't really sure what I was expecting going into. I've seen a lot of Asian movies recently, samurai movies mostly, and some mid-70s, 80s action films. This is the kind of first foray into early ninja films. Now, I love ninja movies, but I came to them late, in the mid-80s when they become popular, kind of American Ninja and some kind of crazier ones than that. They were fun, but, this was kind of diving into something that I was eager to test out. And this movie was all kinds of awesome. I loved the story here, everything about it. You're set in a world where someone is starting to amass a large force and following, taking over the land, almost trying to unite Japan together. And you could see this character as being the kind of hero of his story, but not in this tale. We have Ishikawa, who is part of a clan of ninjas learning their arts. They have a kind of feud going on with a local other rival ninja clan, and the leaders of both clans are wanting to kill off this warlord to stop him from taking over Japan. Fairly simple plot. It gets a little bit almost convoluted throughout it, but it's always clear to understand the story as you're watching it. Me explaining it, probably going to make an ass of it, but hey, that's what I do best, apparently. So, our main character, Ishikawa, is a man who is one of the best promising ninjas of this camp, who father kind of is the master of gunpowder. When his father dies, when he finds himself ensnared by his master's wife, he ends up fleeing from his camp, his safety, but is cajoled by his master to take over a job that he has planned, something that he needs done, and if by doing this he may gain redemption in one way or another. So he's tasked with killing this warlord. Fantastic film. What I loved best about this was the kind of machinations of the characters. There is a very early on a change in one of the characters which I just absolutely loved, and although it comes early in the movie, I am not wasting it for you guys out there. I feel you need to discover it. It's terrific. It involves I'm not even going to tell you that. It's just a great kind of duality of a role that one of the characters has, and that offered so many possibilities. And what I loved about the ninja film that we have here is you have this build-up of kind of rules that ninja has, like what they will do, what they won't do, and then we see the subversion of one of our ninjas forced into doing things that he is not comfortable with, that he's not fully embracing, but because of his choices and his honour that he has left, he decides to do these things to make amends for things he's gone wrong. But the fight sequences, the sequences of the ninjas being ninjas, is just all kinds of awesome, and there are plenty of them throughout this. As you see them rushing through the darkness, scaling walls, subterfuge, using various tactics to attack each other. It's all thrilling and super exciting stuff. And even when Ishikawa is leading away from his main mission, trying to build relationships, trying to get a kind of fresh start, he's always drawn back into the mix. He's always finding himself forced to do things. And it becomes like one of these movies where you see this main character pushed and pulled, knowing that he's going to have to take a stand at some point. The action set pieces in here are phenomenally great. You get some early pieces and it really does build up to a crescendo of chaotic set pieces as the warlord and the two warring clans come together in a huge battle at the end of this one. There are lots of ninja tropes that have obviously been built up throughout the years that you feel are kind of placed for, early on in the ninja film range in this film, which I just absolutely loved. That kind of idea of these honourable men that do have a kind of frailty in aspects, who do falter and have to pick themselves back up. It's a really interesting facet of the story. I loved the way this thing was shot, the way it kept having this roaming camera that would reveal something. You'd be in the middle of a sequence, you'd be watching a couple talking, and the camera would pull back to reveal someone in the rafters of the house watching them, listening to their conversations. And it did this multiple times where it would pull back to reveal something that would just repurpose everything that we just saw. It was great, really well done. I was so enamoured with this first film that I simply cannot wait to move on with this series. Great, love it already. On the first film alone, I'd say you need to pick this up. It's terrific. I've got 2 more movies to go. Can't wait to get into it. Let's dive into the disc and have a look at the extras on this first set. In the first disc for Shinobi, we have the 2 films that are on this disc. Visual features. We have Shujo Ichiyama, the program director of the Tokyo International Film Festival, discusses the life and work of director Satsuo Yakamoto and the impact of the Shinobi series created exclusively for Radiance in January 2024. This is 14 minutes and 5 seconds. We talk about the director, then we kind of focus on his history from his school to beginning in stage play direction, going from Toho to independent cinema to working with the major studios and everything in between, and of course a little bit about Shinobi. Also in this disc is a booklet which has 40 pages. It has 3 essays in amongst this, as well as the cast and crew for all 3 of the films. And that's the extras for disc 1 of Shinobi. There we have it. Shinobi, Band of Assassins, already loving it. Can't wait to go and check out more of these movies. If you've seen this film, let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. If I haven't won you over as yet, let's hope the other 2 movies are great and I get to rave about them as well. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.